What's happening? What's happening, campers? What's happening? Fuck you. Fucking give up. What's happening, campers? Campfacer here. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. That's right, Friday, March 13th, 2020. Shit.
Campfacer.
What's going on, campers? Campfacer here. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. That's right, March 13th, 2020. I'm going to be doing a live stream for you guys on the PS4 with Friday the 13th the game tomorrow about 6 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm going to be doing a giveaway for you guys. That's right, a giveaway. It's kind of limited. I'm going to be giving away 2 copies of Steam code for Friday the 13th the game on Steam. That's right, if you have a gaming PC that's going to run the game and you don't have it, I'm going to give it away to only the PC players tomorrow on my stream. So if you have a PC and you want the game, head on over to my stream, and that's the only way you might get a chance to win a free copy. I have 2 of them. I'm going to be doing one early in the stream, one later in the stream. And we're going to hang out and have a good time, and I hope to see everybody there. It's going to be good. We're going to celebrate, get our game on, maybe get our drink on, you know what I mean? Hell yeah, I'm excited. That being said, I'm going to do a quick little rating of my favorite Friday the 13th film, the worst to the best. I'm going to do it right now for you guys. And yeah, so sit back, enjoy. And this is my personal favorites. All right, I know everybody has their own. Don't judge me on that. This is what I grew up watching. So let's get into this. That's right, coming in at number 10 is Jason Goes to Hell. This movie, honestly, isn't all that great to me. It seems a lot like, you know, they rushed the movie, they tried to turn it in too much of a different direction. Jason isn't even in the movie, you guys, for all that much. He's in the beginning of the movie and the end. Technically, he's throughout the whole movie, but it's just a spirit from jumping from body to body. To me, it could have just been better written, and they could have went a different direction, and they could have, I don't know, it just didn't do it for me. It was all over the place. I did not enjoy it. Maybe I got to rewatch it again. It's been a little bit, so that's number 10. Moving on. Coming in at number 9 is Jason X. Jason Goes to Space. To me, it's really out of this world. Out of this world. I don't know, honestly. Jason Goes to Space, I mean, come on, what were they thinking back then? What a horrible idea. As bad of a movie as it is, it's still fun to watch. Don't ask me why. There's something about it. I just, you know, my favorite kill in this movie, honestly, is when Jason grabs what's-her-face and throws her face in the liquid nitrogen, and freezes her face and smashes her face on the table, and it becomes a pile of frozen mush, and it shows the inside of her head caved in. That was the best death scene in this film. I don't know. That's why I'm rating this number 9. Coming in at number 8, that's right. Coming in at number 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan. This movie had so much potential. The problem with it, as you guys all know, is Jason doesn't go to Manhattan until the last 10 minutes of the movie. He's on a friggin' boat. There's so many things wrong with this movie. For one, the one thing I always bring up is, how the hell did the little boat in Crystal Lake go from Crystal Lake to the saltwater bay in the first place? What did it do? Get on a trailer? Somebody drove it there, launched it back into the bay while Did Jason teleport the boat out of Crystal Lake? I don't know. I remember seeing this on VHS as a kid. It was just overall fun. The score to the film is great. When he does go to Manhattan, it's pretty cool. I just wish it had Manhattan in the film throughout the whole, you know, there was more of it. It was okay at best. Coming in at number 7, Friday the 13th Part 7, A New Blood. I like this movie a lot. One of my favorite things about this movie is the fact that they did add Tina in it as she's got telekinesis. It's kind of weird, but at the same time, it kind of gives you that excitement of like, oh, Jason has somebody to actually battle that with some more overpowered abilities, not just Jason taking everybody out. So it was kind of exciting. I liked the kill with the. I liked the fact that he got the not the chainsaw, but it's like a weed whacker. I kind of wish they added that to the video game. Right there, it is. There's the weed whacker killer. This movie overall was good. The one thing I did not like was the score. The score was very annoying sounding. This scene here was great. I love when his mask came off and you get to see. This is my favorite Jason mask, probably. The way it's all like chewed up from the boat propeller from Tommy in the earlier movie. Overall, this is why I give this one a 7 out of the list.
Friday the 13th.
Coming in at number 6, Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Blood. Hell yeah. A lot of people don't like this movie for a lot of reasons because obviously Jason's not in it and it's Roy portraying Jason. And honestly, I have to disagree with this. I love this movie. I love the fact that there's so many great kills in it. They did a really good job. It has one of the best kills out of the whole franchise, which is the tree belt buckle kill when Roy wraps what's-his-face around the tree and puts a stick through the back of the tree belt and starts squeezing it, and the blood runs down his face as his screaming in that scene was acted out so well. It was so brutal. I kind of wish that was also in the video game. I kind of like this Tommy Jarvis. He was okay. He wasn't as good as Tom Matthews. There was just a lot to this movie that it's just overall fun to watch. Again, some of my favorite kills. I love Reggie the Reckless. I have to disagree with a lot of hate on it. Alright, coming in at number 5, I give Friday the 13th Part 2 5 on my list. I love the movie, don't get me wrong. I wish it was lower in the list, but there's other movies I like a little more. Baghead Jason, he's so menacing. I love how he can jog, he's still human. I love the actors in this film. I just like the fact that he didn't have the mask yet, and he still kind of ran around, and he had like the farmer pitchfork type, like the suspenders going. Crazy Ralph, for instance, he does a really good. I mean, who doesn't love Crazy Ralph? One of the best pig splitter to the head, and he was rolling down backwards in the wheelchair. And you know, Packanack Lodge is one of my favorite maps to play on the video game, you guys. And I highly recommend watching this movie if you haven't seen it yet. Coming in at number 4, I give Friday the 13th, the original Part 1, number 4 on my list. And there's a few reasons why it's not number 1 like a lot of people would think. What are you, crazy, Camp? You know, it's definitely campy. I love the vibe to it. The problem with it drags on, and there's so many off-camera kills, and it's like basically the type of movie if you've never seen it, and then the first time you watch it, that's the best time. After that, you know who it is. I just wish that they had on-screen kills a little more to give it excitement and showed Pamela maybe. It's more of like a mystery, you know. It definitely is. There's a lot of cool campy ground scenes to it. I love the score. Pamela Voorhees, which is Betsy Palmer, she did a great job acting in this movie. I wish she was still around. I would have loved to meet her at a con and get an autograph and, you know, shake Jason's mom's hand. There was a lot of cool kills in this movie. Kevin Bacon, the scene where he gets the machete through the chest, that was great. Yeah, this movie was really good. Coming in at number 3 is Friday the 13th Part 3. Now this movie, obviously, for a lot of reasons, people love it. I love it. Jason finally gets his mask. It shows who the real Jason is. You know, he's human, but there's a little more anger and power behind him. Shelly, which is played by Larry Zerner, does an excellent job, the goofy guy. Shelly is responsible for giving Jason his mask. He's the reason for that whole thing going down with the mask. So you guys can point fingers at Shelly for bringing the mask to camp. This movie had so many great kills in it. One of the most brutal kills in this movie is when What's-His-Face gets chopped in half. He's doing a handstand walk down the hallway, and Jason just drives a machete right through his, between his legs, I want to say, and his whole bottom half of his torso falls to the ground. That scene always kind of stuck in my head as a kid. And who doesn't remember the whole head crush with the eyeball coming out on the side porch, you know? That scene was crazy. I remember when it was in 3D and a lot of people were talking about going to the theater to see. They came home and they were like, oh my God, the eyeball came flying over the whole crowd, and it was crazy, you know? In Fox, right here, Fox is a really good, I wish she was still around to like share her thoughts on the video game. And yeah, there's the scene. Wham, right through the torso, right there. Boom. Coming in at number 2, we have Part 6, Jason Lives. This movie is probably the most cozy one to watch and fun overall. I love how CJ Graham pulls off like the whole fast walking zombie Jason, his build to him. He looks good. The mask looks really good. It has a little bit of yellow to it. Tom Matthews does a great job. I love how Jason breaks into the cabin and all the kids start screaming. And you know, when he leans over one of the kids, the little girl, she doesn't do anything. She just kind of panics a little bit with a sheet over her mouth. And Jason looks at her almost like with deep thought, like, what is this person, this little kid doing? Looking like this movie was great. It just had an overall great vibe. The score was amazing. I love the score. The death scenes, the kill scenes were good. I love the trailer when he puts What's-Her-Face through the trailer and it shows the indentation of her face coming through the side of the trailer. The whole battle between Tommy Jarvis at the end with Jason. And yeah, I give this one a number 2 on the list. It was really fun. I could watch it over and over again. I think everybody feels the same way about watching this over and over again. Coming in at number 1, my favorite Friday the 13th film, Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter. Let me tell you guys, I grew up, this is the first time I ever saw the movie. This is the first movie I saw out of the franchise. I was 9 years old. I rented it from a local mom and pop shop. I only grabbed it because I didn't even know what it was. The cover had the hockey mask with a knife through the eye with all this blood. And Ted White played the best Jason overall. He ran, he grunted, he had like a whole movement of him. Like the kill scenes were great. The shower scene when he crushes his skull in the shower. Crispin Glover was a good role in it. I love when Jason puts his pig splitter through Crispin Glover's forehead. The whole end scene with Tommy Jarvis, which is played by Corey Feldman, and how he shaves his head, and they fight Jason at the end. He drives the machete through his skull. It has a little bit of everything. This movie just overall does it for me. It explains Friday the 13th the most to me. Jason has on-screen kills. There's a lot of brutal kills in it. Suspense, jump scares. The scene in the basement when Rob is screaming, "He's killing me! He's killing me!" That stuck in my head as a kid. That was so disturbing, that scene. Alright, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Again, head on over to my stream at 6 p.m. tomorrow, Friday the 13th, to win 2 free copies of the Steam code on PC. And, yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up like button, because you guys know the more you do that, it helps the algorithm of my videos get out there to everyone. And I appreciate that. Please leave a comment down below. What's your favorite Friday the 13th film out of the franchise from worst to best? I'd like to check that out, and I will I'll chat with you guys about that, you know? That's awesome. And as always, stay out of the woods.